Hello, and welcome back to Skull and Shackles, or rather, the Spear and the Sea. I think it's an important distinction to make, and it's one of the things that I like a lot about Paizo's adventure paths and pre-written modules in general, is that you have the story, and it's a story they all share, but also, it's a story that's completely different every time it's told. Or rather, a story that's mostly different every time it's told. I'm Crafu Bernal, and I'm excited to be back here with another episode of my favorite stream, this solo Pathfinder play. Before I get started, I would also like to share something very critically important that's happening tomorrow, as well as this entire weekend. I am participating tomorrow evening for me, 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Time in the U.S., over at Hearthsinger Games, twitch.tv/Hearthsinger Games, in Jasper's Game Week, in which we, myself and several other people, are running Pathfinder and Starfinder RPGs on stream to help raise money for Jasper's Game Day, a roleplay organization that raises money for suicide prevention and awareness. I am incredibly humbled and honored and kind of validated in being invited to be a part of this program. I've been, streaming TTRPGs now on Twitch for 2.5 years, with some success, I should definitely say. 2020, I think, put a hamper on a lot of people's projects and project plans and, things, ideas. I don't know. It was a fucking hamper, and even more than that, a global trauma. But so anyway, I'm very excited to be taking part of this. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central European Time, I am playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm running a one-shot, a homebrewed one-shot called The House on Iris Street, sort of murder mystery set in Absalom City, with several other awesome people. Wyatt of Collective Arcana, a YouTube channel that creates Pathfinder 2nd Edition content specifically. Unati from Three Black Halflings, a D&D podcast focused on voices of people of color. And Derry from Dice Will Roll, I had to check my notes real quick. A all queer Pathfinder 2nd Edition podcast. I think currently they're running through the Extinction Curse. And we're also joined by a fourth person who bought the auctioned seat. Yes, you could bid on auctioned seats to join these games on stream. I don't quite know them yet. I think their name is Al. And so hopefully I'll get to meet them tomorrow, and you'll get to see all of us on stream. And I would appreciate very much anyone who is, wants to stop by twitch.tv/Hearthsinger Games and support the cause. Okay, so we're back here today on Bone Rack Isle. Yeah, GG, wow. There are lots of podcasts out there with dice in the name, for sure. Dice Will Roll, I think, is particular. It's one of the few Pathfinder podcasts I know that converted Kingmaker over to 2nd Edition. They were running through that recently, for their first season. I think they did multiple seasons with it, and now they're going through Extinction Curse, and it is an all queer cast, which I very much, as a queer person, appreciate myself. GG, wow, thanks for being here. I hope you hang out and join me when we raid over to Hearthsinger Games at the end of the stream. We're going to be going a little bit long so that we can make sure we raid them right at the beginning of their game, where the folks over at Waffles Maple Syrup, a Pathfinder Twitch channel, will be running a game with Matthew Capodicosa from the Glass Cannon Network, as well as Matthew Lillard, who you all may know as the actor who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies, as well as several other critically important movies. Scream. I mean, the dude's done a lot of cult hits. Let's say that much. There was that Salt Lake City Punk, SLC Punk. That's what it is. Movie as well. I never saw, but he's done quite a bit of those. So we'll be rating them at the end of the stream in hopes of supporting. I hope that you also join me in the raid as we go along today, because we are here on Bone Rack Isle. If you can barely see it there. Bone Rack Isle. Last time, our heroes, our pirates, were shipwrecked, if you will, off the northern coast of Bone Rack Isle after a most devastating storm in which they were invaded, not once but twice, by aquatic goblin creatures known as Grindylows. Kind of turquoise goblin up top, octopus on the bottom half. I'm looking a little off-center and small today, I feel like. I had to do like some camera reworks. Anyway. Always technical difficulties. Always with the technical difficulties. They were attacked by these Grindylow creatures, and during the course of the storm, ended up shipwrecking themselves. In the morning, when Mr. Plug took roll, we discovered that 2 of our crew members had gone missing. Sandara Quinn, priestess of Besmara, the pirate queen, and Crimson Cogward, also just known as Cog, a sort of rough and tumble Varisian man, who him and Spear have been, dare we say, dancing around each other. I feel like they're both very, stoic, kind of unemotional men, and so to admit this self-attraction or this shared attraction between each other. I'm not even sure if they are both aware that the other is attracted to the other. But anyway, Crimson Cog and Sandara are both missing. And after a brief investigation, Spear and Hazlen found Sandara's obsidian holy symbol of Besmara, a similar holy symbol to the one Spear wears, a skull and crossbones. Spears happens to have like tentacles crawling out of it, which is not exactly what Sandara's has. Mr. Plug forbade them from going to find the missing pirates, presuming them having tossed overboard, and sent them instead to go and collect fresh water. They have 48 hours to return to the ship, where they will be left behind once repairs are done. So, Rosie and Conchobar decided to come along with, and after a small discussion, they decided to move through the swamp and towards a rock that shoots straight up into the sky. And as they're walking, I need to switch up the music. What do we say? Down by the Sea? Is this 2? Yeah, that's definitely 2. Let's throw on... We're going to say Open Ocean, because we always need that a little bit. Let's go through some of this. I'll hold off. They approach the fist. A glowering fist. So camera opens, and a glowering fist of rough granite rises from the jungle on the eastern end of this island. It's approximately 50 feet high, and as the camera zooms down in the morning sun, we see 4 figures climbing up it, or we should definitely say attempting to climb up it. I'm also a little like, we need them. They're going to climb up it regardless. Are we just going to leave someone down there? So it's kind of like, should we even bother rolling this check? But you know what? We need to open up the character sheets anyway. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. I need to grab Conchobar. We see these 4 figures. Spear and Hazlen are dynamic duo. First, we see Spear, an olive skin-toned man with gills on his neck. He has a light wooden shield on his back, and you can see 2 different sized spears like kind of stuck in there as he's climbing up the rock. Next to him is a much smaller creature, a gnome, who, as he's climbing up, we can see a somewhat fattish seagull occasionally grabbing at the poncho, the woolen, colorful poncho he wears, and kind of like pulling him up as he's struggling to find grip on the rock wall. I say struggling. He might be doing really well. Let's go ahead and give those rolls for our main characters, Spear and Hazlen. We'll see if they're doing well. I gave them a chance to rest during the night because we want them at full health and full resources going onto this island. They were able to sleep after the ship had kind of crashed in the middle of the night. So here is Spear's climb check. 14. We're looking for a DC 10, so it's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and we've already described Hawk helping Hazlen, so Hazlen's going to get a +2 to this. Oh, there we go. 13. So yeah, that's exactly what's happening. They're climbing up. And as we kind of zoom down like 5-10 feet below, we see a outrageously looking purple garbed gnome whose foppish large hat is kind of blowing in the wind. This bedraggled white feather that once was fine and rich, now kind of dirty and wet and bedraggled. Conchobar Shortstone. He's rolling with a +5 on this. 11. So he's having issues for sure, but next to him is a quite muscular halfling woman with tanned skin and long brown hair and a brilliant red scarf kind of flapping behind her. I don't think she's capable of failing this check with a +9. And no, 27. So actually she's like, we see her like, whoo, ha, ha, and she gets to the top first. And climbs over it. She looks back. Come on, fuckers. You got this. It's not that hard. Get your asses up here. Come on. And she's like kind of kneeling down. We can see a very masterwork hatchet on her hip. And she's left her brilliant masterwork fiddle back on the ship. She turns around, and we can see that there is an old beacon fire, a large, almost bonfire, sitting up here. She kind of goes and looks at it. It's 10 feet across, and seems to consist of trees and branches and old ship's timbers. Hey, there's something up here! She shouts back. And begins to look around. We're going to go ahead and give her a perception check, since she got up here first. +1. 3. There's something up here, but I don't fucking know anything, she says. Spear goes ahead and climbs up next. Why do I... No, but that's looking fine. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Spear climbs up next. He gives a quick cursory glance back and sees that they're making it. And he says, "What is this, Rosie? Did we see other people here?" Fuck if I know, Spear. And he kind of looks around. I think he rather turns to look at the rest of the island. That is why we came up here, to get a good view of the island. From here, we can see the sea and the man's promise. The figures on board the ship look almost impossible to see from, well, they're quite small from here. But as they turn, Spear can see that the jungle, the swampy jungle that they had been skirting around by hugging the shore, breaks fairly quickly before the lower half of the island. There's a large ridge here, which maybe might be climbable through the swamp, but he can immediately see paths on the island leading towards a farmed field of some sorts off of a picturesque looking beach. He thinks he might see something on the ridge opposite, but he's going to go ahead and he's going to need a perception check to get a look at that. Yeah. That should be 1d20 plus 5. 9 plus 5 is 14. So unfortunately, Rosie, do you see? It looks like I can't see what that is. He takes a quick look around, though. DC 15. Nope. And this. It looks like some sort of bonfire, but who would be having a bonfire up here? Hazlen and Conchobar come up next. Whose bright idea was it to come up here? Wait, it was mine, wasn't it? Sorry. Whoa, he takes, as the gnome turns around to look at the view. Some view up here. Hey, is that the men's promise? Conchobar is not meant for such athletics. But don't worry, Rosie. I will be in much better shape if we encounter danger. Yeah, sure, whatever. She rolls her eyes and looks away. As the two gnomes catch their breath, though, they're both going to get some perception checks as well. Let's start with Hazlen. He's got his familiar, so he's going to get a plus 8. He's got the best perception in the group, I think. 26. We'll stick with him as Conchobar's trying to catch his breath. Oh, look, there's a bonfire here. Hey, what's this? As he reaches down and pulls out a set of tinder twigs. Hold on, I gotta start taking notes. What am I doing? SNS. Tinder twigs. They, especially in his small gnomish hands, it appears that he's pulled out some oversized matches. How many? A pair of two tinder twigs and a store of 6 torches. Was someone here recently? I don't know, Spear says, but look, Hazlen, do you see something over there? The sun is bright in my eyes. And Hazlen goes and looks. What? It looks like some sort of hideouts. Maybe like a treehouse? Nah, there's just a lot of trees around it. If I had to hazard a guess, it could be some sort of stockade. What is a stockade? A barrier formed from upright wooden posts or stakes. A stockade. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it was some sort of stockade. And look, a farm. Spear, do you think that there are other people here? I cannot say, Hazlen. There must have been people here at some point. However, whether or not they are still here is impossible to say. I don't know. That fishing village we came through seemed to be ancient, and judging by the looks of that field down below, it's almost overgrown. Whoever was here might not be here anymore. Huh? Conchobar says, "There are people here? Then we must find them. They must have information to our missing comrades. And, well, we could, we need to collect water and food, no?" Water's easy, Conchobar. With that swamp below, we definitely passed some fresh water sources in there. It's flowing. And if we boil it, well, the whatever, kind of nastiness is inside will go away. She's got a -1 survival. She doesn't know that. She says that, but, she's not exactly sure. She's talking a tough game. I'm more worried about what happened to the people that were here. Are they dead? And if they're dead, what the fuck killed them? Yeah, I have to agree with Rosie. We need to be careful. I think our best bet is to climb back down and make our way through the swamp, no? Yeah, seems like the only way. I was hoping that that'd be maybe an easier path, but I don't know. I think we should get moving then, no? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay. Each day the PC spend in the swamp, there's a 50% chance of encountering a mosquito swarm. So, we need to begin making our way through the swamp. They climb back down, having collected the things that they got. And begin making their way through the swamp. Do we need to roll a survival check? Can we get lost in here? That's the question. I don't think so. It's not that big. I'm just reading through the adventure path real quick. Sorry, y'all. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Creepy. Should we have seen some of these? Aha, unless they're using the narrow paths traversing the jungle, characters must make a DC 16 survival checks. Damn, okay. And these bone rack shepherds all along the perimeter of the island. All right. So as they climb back down, they can see this thing at the base of the rock. This statue almost made out of skeletons, sinew-twined, scrimshaw-covered skeletons of their prey. And they come down and they can see the coast is lined with these things. And so I think Hazlen probably is like, listen, do you think we could maybe get away from the coast a little bit? Those bone statues are kind of making me nervous. Do not worry. Conchobar here will help protect you from the evil bone statues. Conchobar laughs. Hey, it's no laughing matter, Conchobar. I'm sure you... Have I ever told you the tale of the ship entirely manned by skeletons? Or better yet, there was one of it. There's a tale known of the ship called the Black Pearl, and by day everything seemed to be normal, but by night, under the full moon, the crew's true forms of the undead were revealed. Let's go ahead and roll some survivals. Who's taking the lead on this? I think it's Spear. He's got a +4. Yeah, that's not good. shit, we don't have a proper ranger. Okay, Conchobar and Hazlen are telling jokes, but Rosie at least is going to try and help Spear. Nope, she is useless in this regard. Great. 11. Okay, we're lost. So what does that mean for becoming lost in here? That means we're going to roll a 1d100, and they do not meet a mosquito swarm. Good. But it takes the greater part of the morning for them finally to come out into a more suitable looking place. I need their minis. Oi, Spear, I think we're lost. Yes, you don't need to keep reminding me that we are lost. Eventually, they find the path that was coming from the village and make their way towards it. Hold on. Just a moo. You don't need to keep reminding me. I know we're lost. Look, the path. Let's stick to it this time. We got the good vantage point, but we can't afford to be losing any more time like that. And they come out into this mire, crossing the swamp. Let's see if we've got any. The pathway slips suddenly into a large green bog. Remnants of an old wooden bridge cross the bog, but only short timber platforms on either side remain, leaving just the pilings jutting from the mud. Sorry, this does not seem to be the most comfortable path. Don't fucking worry about it. We got this. We're adventurers, right? I mean, we're pirates at least. But it does feel like we're adventurers, doesn't it? Right, there is something about the feeling like we're in our own little legend or tale. I hope you're keeping track of all of this, Conchobar, because, well, I think we might have competing stories to tell when we get back on board the Men's Promise. Yes, and think of the stories we'll have to tell Cog and Sandara when we rescue them. Yeah. We need to also be thinking about them as well. The more time we lose in this swamp, the more likely that the Grindylows are getting hungry and wanting to have a snack. The camera zooms up, and we can see the crew kind of like start to wade into the water. 70 feet across. Mire's composed of quicksand. Fuck. Oh my god, quicksand. Alright, let's give them all a quick perception check. They're gonna fucking need it. +5 for Spear and +8 for Hazlen. Natural 20. And Spear notices it too, so as they step forward, whoa! Spear, do you see that? Yes, yeah. It looks dangerous. The water. It almost looks like quicksand. I thought it's kind of like moving down. How do you tell? You could climb the cliffs of the swamp's western edge. We did see that. But look up, Spear. We could try climbing the canopy, or maybe swinging across if someone climbed easily enough. Or we could jump across the pilings. Fuck, but where are the... And so as the four of them are, kind of examining their surroundings and trying to figure this out, The camera like zooms up and into the quicksand proper. Fuck, quicksand. How does quicksand work? Let's see. Let's see. Control F, quicksand. There it is. Patches of quicksand. Deceptively solid appearance. Character approaching a patch of quicksand at a normal pace is entitled to a DC 8 survival check. What was his survival earlier? Not great. 11. Okay, they saw it. Good, cool. You have to make a DC 10 swim check every round to simply tread water in place, or 15 to move 5 feet in whatever direction is desired. How are the frogs inside the quicksand? That's my question. Sorry, I should have read this thing a little bit more. But look, they stay submerged in the mire until the characters attempt to cross it, then attack with their tongues, hoping to pull opponents into the mire. Okay, well, fuck. Let's go ahead and import these frogs in. And get things started. Let's get it started in here. The mire. There it is. Okay. How are we crossing this? That is the question. I feel like swinging. So we have swinging. We can, whereas one person can go, one person can climb through, lash a rope and swing across. That might be easiest. Another person can climb up, or they can each try and climb through the branches, which is hard. They can also try to jump across the pilings with acrobatics, which is easy. Both of those acrobatics checks are easy. I think we might go with that then. Although Spear is wearing armor and his acrobatics is not that good. It's not as good as his climb. Oh, he's not wearing his armor. Now he's wearing his armor. And so his acrobatics is even worse. Yeah, he's going to have to climb. Oh, but that's going to be hard. He also has a swim speed, though. So out of all of the people here, he is kind of okay in the mire. I think the frogs are submerged, so we're not even gonna give them a stealth check. I think they're just in there. What we're going to do first, though, is we're gonna roll initiative to see just to help handle the situation. And yes. Yes. Hazlen. Spear. Pull open our initiative tracker. Okay, Conchobar +2. Rosie +6. And the frogs each have a +3 initiative. Ooh. So, okay. So, don't worry about it. Look, it's not that hard, y'all. Just start jumping across. It's pretty easy. Well, he says it's easy. 1d20 +4. 17. It's easy enough. Don't worry about it. And he jumps. 1, 2. We're going to give him 2 jumps per round. Yeah. Yeah. And Hawk flies over as well. I think as soon as he starts moving, this frog is going to swim. We're going to go ahead and put on our pirate music. We're going to turn off our ocean sounds. "30-foot speed, 30-foot swim speed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10. Gonna stop there. These things aren't super intelligent though. 5, 10, 15. Let's move them up. 15, 20, 25. Yeah, not too close, but close enough. The next one's also gonna start moving. Swimming. 5. Can they just swim through the mire? It is quicksand. Is it not? Quicksand is nothing more than sand or loose soil that is super saturated with water. The effect allows creatures to sink into the mixture as if they're settling into nothing more than silty water. Creatures with tremor sense can easily locate it. Best way to escape quicksand is to simply lie still. Once a creature stops struggling, it will naturally float. Oh, interesting. But it's extremely difficult to pull something directly out of quicksand. So they're already in here, and they have a swim speed. Thank you, GG Wow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you have a swim speed, you should be fine in quicksand. It shouldn't be a problem. Especially because it's water. They can breathe water as well. Okay, perfect. So yeah, they're going to swim 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's going to hold the rest of its move. Let me move a step over here. Conchobar shrugs. He has no reason to think that there are any frogs nearby. And so Conchobar is also going to begin making some acrobatics. My acrobatics is quite good, and I will also roll with a +7 on this. 14. Yeah, he's easily able to follow after. What's his fucking name? Hazlen. Jeez, how can I not remember this? Rosie. What the fuck? Do I jump or do I climb? What are you doing, Spear? Well, with this armor, I'm not going to be able to jump. I could just swim across, though. Fine. I guess I'll fucking try and climb. 25. So she climbs up. So we're going to go ahead and give her I'm going to put a little wing symbol here to show that she's climbed up a tree and she's above the water now, climbing through the canopy. And I think Spear is just going to like hop in the water and climb down and slide in. He's got a +4 survival. It's not. You don't need a lot of survival to know that he'd be safe in it, and he definitely knows that he's safe in it. But once he gets in the water, I am going to give him a perception check to see or hear the frogs. +18. Okay, the frogs are sitting at a +7 stealth. 18. He sees them both. So as soon as he gets in the water and goes underneath, he pops back up and says, "Careful! There are frogs in the water!" And he spends the rest of his move pulling out his is he going to hold his shield? Underwater? I think he spends a move action, as a part of his move action, he pulls out his spear, and is gonna move and attack it. He clearly sees it. And he's excellent underwater. So, let me go ahead and grab my frogs. And I'm going to put them back on the token layer now. The Spear's going to attack. Spear also is alone. He doesn't have anyone directly within 5 feet of him. Well, he kind of does. No, he doesn't. So he's going to get a nice bonus to his attack here. And we won't turn on power attack just yet. I don't know. What's the AC on these guys? 16? Yeah, let's hold his off with the power attack. Strikes with the spear. 18, that hits. 1d8 plus 5. 9 points of damage. As he sees the frog hungrily eyeing his comrades, he swims over and just like a torpedo spears this frog on the side. I don't really know what giant frogs sound like underwater. Hazlen's like, oh, crikey! Oh, crikey! I was on Rosie's built that whole time. Oh, shit! And I think the first thing he's going to do is cast Mage Armor. Let's go ahead and put some Mage Armor on him. Just like that. Excuse me. And we'll make an acrobatics to try and make it to the next thing. Natural 20. Boop. Because, right, my question is, how far can we move with these jumps? Only one check, that's for moving on narrow surfaces. For a long jump, 10 feet is 10 feet. So I think they're just using their actions. A move action and their standard action to make these singular jumps. That sounds about right to me. Pathfinder, all these skills. So yeah, he used an action, cast a spell. This frog immediately is in direct combat with Spear. So we'll go ahead and make. It'll make 2 attacks. It'll bite and then try and touch him with its tongue to grab. Well, I guess the bite automatically will grab. So it's one or the other. Okay. So yeah, the frog goes to bite Spear, who literally just takes his spear and blocks the giant frog's mouthy maw, and that's it. That's it for the frog. This frog, however, is going to definitely use its tongue. It's got 15-foot reach. And we'll definitely be able to target Hazlen from there. I think I'm just going to move it up here. And it, boom, Yoshi style, shoots its tongue out at Hazlen. 17. That's a touch attack, so that definitely targets. He's going to get that free grab check. So we're going to roll combat maneuver. Another 17, and I think that's definitely going to get Hazlen. Poor Hazlen. I feel like this always happens to him. The tongue grabs him, and then what? Does the tongue immediately pull him back? Our giant frog does not gain the grappled, but can be used to grab. And then it can be used... A creature with this ability can choose to make a free combat maneuver check with a successful attack to a pull. But the tongue gave it the free... No, okay, so we're going to try and pull him 5 feet with another combat maneuver. 23, so immediately into the water with Hazlen. Damn, 5 more feet and he can get swallowed. Conchobar. Hazlen, no. What to do? Damn, what to do? Let's start off with an acrobatics check. +7. 16. So he is able to jump here. What do I do? Bardic Performance? He only gets so many of those a day. And his spells, too, he doesn't get too many. But he doesn't actually... he does have ranged attacks. So as he jumps over, he pulls out his short bow, and he's just going to grab an arrow and shoot at the frog that has his friend. 7, the arrow sinks into the quicksand and falls below the waves. Fucking shit, Rosie says as she continues climbing through. 28, so she's going to be able to get pretty far. At least 5, 10. Yeah, here. And then I think she's going to drop and attack. Yes. So she's going to... we're going to give her a combat maneuver check to jump on, to land on top of this creature. We're going to call it a grapple. 16, the frog. CMD. 18? Damn, really? 18? 18 versus grappling. Oh. No. That's crazy. Okay, that does not hit. But as she falls, she's at least going to get a free attack with her hatchet. Which puts that at +7. Come on, Rosie. 16. That barely hits. The frogs have 16 AC. So she's going to do 1d4 +3. It's hard because 7 points of damage. Nice. And she's going to fall, since she didn't get the grapple, she's going to fall in one direction around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she falls right here below and begins sinking into the water. What did we say about quicksand? She's going to need to make a DC 10 swim check every round, so that'll start next turn. Shit! Spear hears the commotion over there, but he's got his own frog to deal with. As a part of our effort to make things more mythic and legendary, I actually made these frogs advanced. Oh, I'm still on Conchobar's. Need to remember his what portrait I've got at. So we are going to turn on power attack for this. Spear. And +5. 20, that hits for 1d8 +8 damage. This could do it. Yes. As Spear notices his friends, Hazlen yelping, pulled into the water, and more commotion happening in the water to the side. He swims up, spins the spear in the water, and brings it straight down into the frog's skull. As the frog begins to die, blood coming out of its head, it sinks lower into the water. Spear then is just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 20. He's going to stop right there. I don't want to move any further and provoke. Okay. Hazlen is grappled, so he's going to have to try and get out of this. Hazlen cackle. Escape artist. Needs an 18 on this. 17. As he falls in the water, holding his breath, struggles with the tongue, trying to pull it off. That's 2 rounds of holding his breath now. Okay, good to know. That's it. That's all he can do. The frog is going to get a free check to pull him closer. So we're looking at a +9, actually. I was looking at the wrong CMD. Instead of +5, it should be +9. So Hazlen gets pulled forward, and we're going to swallow whole. If a creature with a special attack begins its turn with an opponent grappled in its mouth. Right, so he pulls him forward, and now he's going to make a free bite attack. And he's not considered grappled for this. Damn. 23, so he bites Hazlen. And that's going to turn into yet another grab check to pull Hazlen into its mouth. That's +9, actually, which means it succeeds. Holy shit, swallow whole. Hazlen's now in the frog's mouth. Holy shit. Hazlen! No! Conchobar shouts. He's going to go ahead and, from his spot, make another attack with the short bow. Hold on. I also have to keep track of how many arrows he's using. Okay, +4. 12. It's a miss. So what he's going to do in addition is try and move forward. Yeah. So he's going to jump here as well. Shit. Okay, Rosie, you're going to need to make a swim check to just tread water where you're at. She only gets a +3 on this. She needs a DC 10. '22. So she pops her head above the water, and with her hatchet, just hacks at the thing again. This is not good. She's in water, and water and attacks don't necessarily work unless you're using piercing weapons, but she's not. She's using a slashing weapon with her hatchet. Aquatic terrain. She's not technically underwater, but she is technically underwater. So successful swim check. She's at a -2 on this attack. So +5. And she's only gonna do half damage. We could turn on power attack to do more damage, but she's already underwater and she's missing that attack. It's not gonna work. She's gonna stay where she is. She's treading water. Spear's gonna go ahead. He's making a power attack. Hazlen, I've got you. He's almost sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger there, and definitely hits. So he's gonna do 1d8 + 8 points of damage. And another 10 points of damage as he spears the soft underbelly of the frog. No! Hazlen is holding his breath still. He was underwater. So that's another round. And actually, he's going to... that's 2 rounds as he's trying to make this escape artist check. We're looking for a 15 or 18. Not enough, which means for the frog, when a creature... With the creature... he's going to make a new combat maneuver as though attempting to pin the opponent. So, yeah. 1d20 + 9 for the grapple. 11! Hazlen, is this CMD of 12? Ha 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 ha! As its big belly like comes out to try and swallow it. Hazlen's just like kicking and struggling, and it is unable to swallow the creature. Nice. The frog is grappled now. And if anything... Shit. Okay, no. I was wondering if Hazlen needed to take a penalty from grappling. So he's going to try and just like... is pinning... That combat maneuver check counted as his attack, so it failed. Conchobar, fucking get this shit, dude. He's acrobaticsing enough, but he cannot, for the life of him, hit this thing with an arrow at all. As he goes to shoot and jumping over, Rosie's going to need to make another swim check. Natural 20, hell to the S. I don't think this thing is going to be able to get a combat, an attack of opportunity on anyone as they're moving past. So we are going to move 5 feet this way and make an attack. She's rolling with a +5, I think it is. 8. No good. I mean, technically she's flanking with Hazlen, but no, that's not a flank as far as I'm concerned. Spear, come on, buddy. 14. Not enough. Okay, Spear is going to go ahead and use one of his mythic powers. He goes to spear the frog, and the frog, realizing that it's being surrounded and struggling to swallow this thing, kind of like moves its soft part away from Spear he touches like instead one of the tougher parts. But Spear summons his energy and is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks with advantage. Best roll wins. 18 and 13, so he hits. And he's power attacking. He's also not alone anymore, so that's actually only a +4, but 17 still hits. So 1d8 plus 7. 15. And he summons his mythic reserves, and his spear attacks twice, and it, like hits that hard part of the frog's body again, piercing through for 15 points of damage. Anyway, it's dead. It's like super dead, actually. I think it's like actually... No, it's a 20 constitution. It's not dead, but it falls to the ground. Or it starts sinking down, spitting Hazlen out of its mouth. Now, Hazlen's still in danger of drowning here. We're not quite out of the woods yet. He's been underwater for 4 rounds, and so the quicksand has like covered his body. So he actually needs to get a... like a +1 on his swim check, or excuse me, like a DC 20 on his swim check. Yeah, 15 + 1 per consecutive round of being under the surface. That's impossible. With his +1? No, but he wasn't sinking the whole time. Well, was he? Either way, an 8 doesn't fucking do it. And honestly, Conchobar, fuck, what do we do here? It's Conchobar's turn. Does he have a rope? He has an oil of animate rope, but he has no rope. Okay. What's the point of that? Hazlen! He's gonna hold his turn. Rosie also needs to make a swim check. She's been rolling really well. 22. She's going to start making her way towards the edge with her head above water. 13. She's stuck there. Spear is going to swim down and just grab Hazlen, pulling him up to the surface. I'm going to give him a swim check on this. Which is plus 12. So he's going to need a 20. But he at least can... what did I say? Plus 15? Plus 12. 16. So he is underwater, and he's got Hazlen, who is... He's slowly bringing him up to the surface, but it's not quite enough. Hazlen, I'm going to lower Hazlen's DC to 19. 13, not good enough. Back to Spear. Well, no, back to Rosie. 7, who begins sinking. Shit. She's sinking. Fuck. Oh no, Quicksand. This is crazy. Conchobar sees, no, Spear, Rosie has gone under. Back to Spear. He just needs to break through the surface. So we're down to a 19 for his check. 13. Oh my god. Come on. 14. Not enough. Which means Hazlen it's his turn next. We're still looking at a DC 19 for him to breach the surface. And I'm giving them 2 checks now, and he's not making it. So he's no longer sinking because of Spear's efforts. Rosie, I'm coming. He needs to. Conchobar is going to go ahead and jump back. He just can't fall in. Okay. Jump back, because with his short bow, he can potentially reach her on that side. Damn, she was doing so good too. So she's been under the water one round. In order to get back up, she needs a 16. 20. She's up, and she's in the same place. But you know what? She's breathing. Okay, we're still looking for a 19 from Spear. 27. He gets Hazlen out of the water and up onto the side here. Holy shit. And then he's going to swim over to Rosie as well. And I think we can safely say that we're out of initiative there. Holy. Spear and Rosie make it to the side, as does Conchobar, and Hazlen's just sitting over there. His seagull familiar kind of like flapping around him. A little worried. I think that's probably some of the most emotion we've seen from Hawk. And maybe like lands and kind of nuzzles the wet and sand covered gnome. Holy fuck, Rosie says as she like gets pulled up onto the shore. Fucking, we're still not even on the right side. Do not worry. Now that those frogs are dead, Spear says, I think we can take our time crossing the mire and not needing to be so concerned about, all these rolls and stuff. So that's meta gaming for me to say, actually, we're not gonna I'm not gonna sit here and roll all of those checks to try and cross the swamp. Well, Conchobar says, that was terribly exhilarating, no? Yeah, I mean, I've never jumped out of a fucking tree to axe a giant frog in the back. The two of them laugh. Hey, speak for yourself, Hazlen says. That damn amphibian almost swallowed me whole. Where did my Australian accent go? Don't worry, Hazlen, the Spear shuts out. Even if it had swallowed you, you would have survived long enough for me to cut you out. And Hazlen frowns as all of them are laughing about this, about his near-death experience. The group begins moving through the swamp once more. And I think the camera kind of like scrolls out. Hold on one sec. The camera zooms out and towards their destination, where there it is. In the trees, we can see well, what does the in a small clearing in the swamp towards where our heroes are walking, we can see a huge tree standing in the middle of this clearing, draped with some sort of huge tent. The tent is white-ish, or it was at one point. And we can see that faces, lurid-looking faces, have been painted over the tree trunk and the tent. And that this clearing is decorated with rotting humanoid body parts and carpets with squirming insects. Let's go to the whore's boudoir. As the camera zooms in, we can see the interior of this tent. The inside are more rotting human remains. A huge pile of filthy clothes, and a vast bed at the base of the tree covered in moldering cushions and blankets. Clouds of flies dance above the decay. In the bed, we can see a rotting woman. Let's get a close-up of what this woman looks like, actually. We can see a rotting woman bedecked in gold jewelry with a crown or like a tiara on her head. Her eyes red, long auburn hair, and a tongue that can't help itself but to loll and hang out of its mouth. A ghoul. As the camera kind of looks around, we can see that there are two other ghouls sharing this space with her. Also women whose look similar in dress and garb. One of them approaches the woman on the bed. Ocarina, it's my turn to lay on the bed. Oh, Fabina, you're such a bitch. Why do you always complain all the time? The woman on the bed says. Now, ladies, says the third. I think we should all take turns sharing the bed. I mean, how many times have we had this conversation? And in unity, the two first ghouls turn to her and say, "Shut up, Vita!" And she kind of looks demure. It's my bed, Agarina says, because I was the one who killed its previous occupant. Well, Fabina starts. If only you had given us more time, we could have done something. Please, Agarina says. Her voice is almost the most pleasing out of all of them, but none of their voices are pleasant in the least. Her voice just happens to scratch on chalkboards the least, I suppose. Please, without me, the two of you would have perished long ago. Perish to what? Fabina says. I don't actually have... Or do I? Did I? Did I prepare like this? Aha! Perish to what? Fabina says. You know, the creature in the fields, Agarina says. And the three ghoulish women all in response. I need to give a hotkey for this. How did I suddenly forget how to do hotkeys? There we go. Okay. The creature in the field, says Fabina, and the two other ghouls kind of fall silent for a moment. Vita, the third one that they all dislike the most, says, I just wish something would change on this island. We've been stuck here for so long. And those Grindylows are such a nuisance. Hey, Fabina? I gave them names. Fabina says, without the Grindylows, we might have not had any food at all. They make, useful bait also. Useful bait? Agarina sits up in the bed. Yes. Perhaps these Grindylows may have, well, let's hope that they bring something soon, considering how well they can cross the waters around this island. I think with that, the camera zooms back up and back to our group that's quickly approaching this spot. They're following the path, so there's no need to roll for this. And we'll say that Hazlen still has his mage armor up. Spells. Mage armor. However, he did get wounded, so I'm going to have Spear use his Wand of Cure Light Wounds. And Cure Light Wounds before we get into this. Nope, that's not the roll. 1d8 plus 1. 2 points of damage. Sorry, Spear says. Let me try that again. 5, that should be better. Yeah, now he's up to full. Good. Used up 2 of those. Which is fine. I mean, he had a few. How are we gonna do this? As they get closer, a terrible stench begins to fill the swamp. Conchobar says, my sensitive nose is feeling attacked by this part of the swamp. It's almost like cheap perfume and the rotting flesh. Yeah, I gotta say, boys, this fucking stinks. We're gonna go ahead and they're not being stealthy in the least. So I don't think it's terribly hard for our ghouls to hear them coming. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a perception check real quick. 24, they definitely hear them coming. What was that? Shh, she says, Agorina holding a clawed finger up to her mouth. Stay still, hide. So we're gonna give them each stealth checks. +8 for Agorina, Fabina, and Vita. 22. And that means we need to roll perception checks. Hazlen's going with a... Hazlen, Are you at a medium? He has his gold and shit with him. Would he leave his gold on board the ship? I don't think so. I think he's super paranoid. You know what? He leaves it with what's his face? With the chef. So there we go. Just make sure that nobody is at a medium carried weight. Okay, cool. So we're gonna give them all perception checks. This is for Hazlen with the 17. So he definitely says, "Hey, did you hear that?" As he heard me like a, because we're about to roll initiative and we will be in some sort of a surprise round during this. Let's see. Spear's perception is a +5. Yes, I think I heard something, Spear says. Conchobar's perception, +7. Pretty good, Conchobar. For someone who's so oblivious, he's actually quite perceptive. 15, he hears it as well. And he's got an excellent sense motive. Well, good for him. He's probably a paranoid fuck. It's a Rosie, I think, that we need to worry about with her +1. Oops, Ropsy. 12. Still, that's better than nothing. And now we've got a roll initiative for everyone. Luckily, the ghouls are all at the same initiative. Bonus. Rosie actually has a pretty good initiative. She's at a +6. +2. I'm going to have to write this down so I don't have to keep looking every time, because we're going to be rolling with this group for a while. So perceptions and initiatives are always good to know. Hazlen's at a +1, or excuse me, Hazlen's at a +4, and Spear's at a +1. So initiative. Rosie goes first. It's just a surprise round, so she at least knows that one of them is there. Fabina, she heard him over there. So as they step into this clearing, they see the tent. She draws her axe, and she's going to just take it. We can only do move or standard actions in a surprise round, so she's going to move quietly. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think she's got a movement of 25. That's it. That's where she goes. Hazlen, on the other hand, he rolled pretty well. He knows about at least some of them. We probably didn't need to do all of that. I'm going to have him follow Rosie. 5, 10, 15, 20. Who's next? This is Agorina. This was Vita. This was Fabina. Agorina, she had the best stealth. 13. Not enough. Yeah, they're almost all of them are aware. So she's going to move to 5, 10, 15, 20. Right there. Spear, I think, instead of moving, is going to draw his shield and spear. So let's go ahead and equip his shield to get his AC up to 18. Perfect. His short spear. And he can do that as a part. He can do some of that as a part. No, he's just going to stay where he is. Conchobar is going to move over here and draw his... They all drew weapons. 5, 10, 15, 20. Vita and Fabina are next. 15. They're all secretly hiding 5, 10, 15 like this. And now, add a random thing up. Now what? We're in a regular round and they're all just like aware of the others but not moving. Rosie says, "Who's in there? Hey, fuckers. You got something to say? Say it. Come on out." Does Rosie move forward? I think this is a great chance to pull out the story motif storytelling motif engine. We're gonna roll 2d6. Does Rosie move forward? She said something. 6. That is a yes, and she, as a 4, she moves forward a large amount. But we're gonna also pull a tarot card to flavor the situation. The Betrayal. Interesting. The Betrayal is a neutral evil card of charisma. So I think before as she says that, she 5, 10, 15, 20 strides here and cuts into the tent, pulls it down, and immediately is stunned and horrified to see beyond the array of flesh and rotting carcasses before her, and these 3 gaudily bedecked ghoulish women who turn and scream at her. Okay. Great. We're going to go ahead and start some combat with that. For real, Hazlen goes, "No, Rosie, oh my god." And I think does he has a crossbow. He pulls out his masterwork crossbow, and he's got a good shot at her. Rosie might be in the way, so we'll give her some, from this one, we'll give her some light cover, moving her AC up to +2. He's still rolling a +6 on this, though. 9. The bolt goes wide, Hazlen. Sorry, buddy. He's got 40 bolts, though. Easy enough. And he's going to go ahead and reload and stay where he is. Agarina, she says, I don't know, the Betrayal makes me want to... So Agarina says, "Hey, despite your rash friend, we don't mean you any harm. You just surprised us, that's all." She's going to take a 5-foot step here. And she's going to make a diplomacy check. No, a bluff check against Rosie. "We're just friends. Don't worry." we were just talking about how we wanted to see new blood on this island. And, well, here you are. 14. Bluff is versus So Rosie's going to roll sense motive. She gets a -1. Not great, Rosie. 16. "Yeah, right, you fucking undead creatures! How dare you try and... No, you're just gonna kill us!" And Agarina says, "Oh, you're right!" And we'll go ahead and just slash down with a claw here. 17. Rosie's got a AC of 15. Unfortunate. That hits. Not only is she going to get 6 points of damage. Holy shit. I also made these ghouls stronger than they should be, by the way. But Rosie might actually gain... She might become paralyzed. Fortitude DC 13, and she might get some ghoul fever and get disease, which comes in a day. So that's 2 fortitude checks, DC 13 for Rosie. First one's for paralysis. Passes. Disease. Passes. She's good. Her arm it becomes covered in claw marks as this thing strikes her. Spear is going to run forward 5, 10, 15 right here, and he's going to... I think he's going to power attack. This is strange stuff, and he's not 100% about what's going on here. +4. 13. Barely a miss. We're using a mythic. We're using a mythic power, and he's going to make a second attack with advantage. 15 and 23. It hits. 1d8 +7. For 9 points of damage as he spears the ghoul. Hold on, they're ghouls? Do ghouls have... No, they don't. Great. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, GG, wow, that's a good one. Sister betrays sister, or Hazlen does something like run when they need him. Now, I pulled the betrayal on Rosie, so she would be the one to potentially do the betrayal. That's good, Gigi. Wow, I like that a lot. I know you know about the Harrow. I've been reading your solo Pathfinder game on Twitter as well. Give Gigi Wow a follow on Twitter if you're interested in seeing a whole bunch of great artwork posted every day on Twitter, or checking out his, I think it's Rise of the Rune Lords, a solo Pathfinder game in text. I like that a lot. Yes. Okay, so I think Rosie is really freaked out by what's happening, and she might... we're going to give her a will save on her next turn to see if she cuts and runs. Luckily, Conchobar begins his bardic performance. I need a song. Wait, is he a singer? I don't think he's a singer. I think he does oratory. No, he's a singer. That's right. We did Non je n'en regrette. The famous gnomish song. So he'll just burst out into that as well again. Non, je n'en regrette. Non, je n'en regrette. Conchobar begins singing. Yeah, that's my fucking French accent. Standard action to start his Inspire Courage. So that'll help with Rosie when she potentially betrays us. Or cuts and runs. And then he's gonna, with his short sword cane, he pulled his sword cane out. Move closer. He doesn't want to do that. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he's there with his sword cane. And he's got 1 bardic performance. Vita here, though. Unfortunately, her sister is in the opening of the... So she's going to have to move. 5, 10, 15... 20, 25. She wants to flank, and she will take Spear's attack of opportunity because of that. He's still power attacking. That's not the right roll. 16, that hits. Thank you, Yod. 1d8 +7 for 11 points of damage. She screams. As she runs past, he drives his spear through the side of her carcass. But she moves over here, and she's going to go ahead and take a claw with flanking bonus. 16, 17, 18. That barely hits Spear's new AC. with his shield out. So he is going to take some damage from these ghoulish sisters. 1d6 plus paralysis. Oh, the disease only happens with the bite. Okay, good to know. Good to know. 1d6 plus 1. So he's going to take 4 points of damage, and he needs to pass a DC 13 fortitude save to avoid being paralyzed. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Fabina, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is going to move again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stops there and just takes 2 move actions to run all the way up to Hazlen, who about shits himself when this ghoulish lady pops up out of nowhere. Okay, Rosie, she needs to make a will save against, we're going to call this fear in this case, which she's going to get not only a +1 from Conchobar's song, but a +2 for being a fighter. No. +1 for being a fighter, +2 for being a halfling. So she's going to get a +4 on this will check, on this will save, which is good because she has a 0. I'm setting the DC at 10, just because, yeah. 15. She grins her teeth and steels herself to avoid running away, but there's something in her feet. She feels it. She thinks about it. She wants to leave, but instead she directs her rage and her fear into a power attack and is going to roll 1d20 plus 6 on the master. Yes, masterwork axe. That's a hit. 1d4 plus 5 for 7 points of damage. She just hitting my mic, slashes down on the ghoul in front of her. The ghoul cries out in pain. Hazlen, with the crossbow, is like, whoa, what the fuck? Is gonna hop back 5 feet and shoot. Yeah, just straight up shoot. +6. Roll the dice. That's a 12. That's a miss. Unfortunately, you know what? He's going to reload. And he's going to use his mythic power ability to do a surprise strike. And make another attack. Because that 5-foot step was a free, so he uses his move action to reload the crossbow, make another attack, adding his tier to the attack. And the creature's flat-footed against it. 26, that hits, so he's going to roll some sneak attack damage on this. 1d6 plus 1d6. For 7 points of damage as what did he roll? A 12? So that first crossbow their AC's 14, so it's 2 and 2. So that first crossbow beats. The first crossbow hit her, and she just like kind of growls at him, unaffected by it. And he quickly reloads, jumps back, shoots again, straight into the neck this time. And she kind of like claws at the bolt in her neck before focusing her attention back on him. Yeah, you should stay with him. Okay, Agorina, back to her. Unfortunately, she is in a position now where she can claw, bite. And she's got 2 targets. So she's going to go ahead and direct her 2 claws at Spear. She's got the flanking bonus there. So let's see. 2 attacks. 14 and 8. Perfect. The 14 hits his armor or his shield. No, it hits his armor. She just like the claw scrapes across his armor, and he like moves back as the second one hits thin air. But he's surprised to see that her bite becomes directed at Rosie. With 11, Rosie, however, was not surprised. She clearly saw it coming and was able to duck down low and avoid the attack. Spear, he is going to do what he does best, and that's use his spear. +4 against Agorina. 15, that will hit. And this will kill her. -10 damage. So instead of falling to the ground and dying dead, undead when they hit 0 are just dead. So as she's kneeling down to try and bite at the halfling. He takes the spear and just like shoves it into her back and then whirls around, shield up, to deal with the ghoul at his back. I'm going to hold on to my mythic powers. We still have many more combats left in the day, and I don't want to use them up completely. Conchobar. Oh my god. You know what? I was completely... I did not add the Inspire Courage to the damage there. So that's 1 extra on Fabina here. He is going to continue the song. Non genera jegre, non are, badiri, 5, 10. Moves forward. And strikes with the sword cane, which is only a +2, unfortunately. Why? It's the sword cane. He doesn't have weapon finesse. He needs to get weapon finesse. 11, that's going to be a miss. +1, still a 12 is a miss. Takes us to Vita, who growls, super annoyed at the gnomish man's attack. But honestly, she needs to focus on Spear. He just killed her sister. So she's going to take bite, claw against him. Bite misses, or claw misses, Bite misses as well. Her like claw hits thin air as Spear is focusing her attention. And she goes into bite, and her face just hits wooden shield. Grabs at her nose. Fabina is clawing at the bolt in her neck. Is going to take a 5-foot step forward for free, which means all of her claw bites are directed at Hazlen. Poor guy, Hazlen. He gets all of the worst shit. 22. That's going to hit. Let's go ahead and do the second claw while we're at it. 16. He has mage armor up, so I don't think that's going to hit with mage armor. No, it is not. Why is he at 15? +1 natural, +1 size. Good for him. Which means mage armor is +4. Add and close. Cool. So he's actually at a 19 AC. Nice. That definitely misses. That first one hits for sure. Also, we really should be rolling the attacks first, because if he becomes paralyzed, then his AC, I'm pretty sure, is lowered too. Shit. Let's roll that. Roll that beautiful bean footage. He only took 2 damage from that first claw, but he needs to do a DC 13 Fortitude save. 6. So that first claw comes in and cuts through the magic around him, paralyzing him. Which means his AC's at 11, which means that second one absolutely hits for another 6 points of damage. He can't even scream as the claws tear into him. And she reaches down to bite him as well. Which was a 5. That's not gonna hit. Damn, what? How does that not hit? I mean, but AC 11, she still has to like hit some sort of target. Well. Shit, but he is paralyzed now for, what is it, 4 rounds? 1d4 plus 1 rounds. 5. He's paralyzed for, 3 rounds. Nope, that should be a 3. There we go. All right, Fabina, holy shit. Rosie sees this, but she's still freaked out. She's going to make another will save to avoid running away and betraying them in this combat. 9. So as soon as that thing in front of her goes down, all control breaks loose and she begins running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's on the other end of the map. Damn. That was a good one, GG Wow. That was a good recommendation. Okay, so we're back to Hazlen. He's paralyzed. They can resist it with a fortitude. A paralysis, unlike hold person, a paralysis effect does not allow a new save each round. So that's it. That's it. He's got 2 more rounds to deal with this. However, Hawk is sitting on his thing. So I think Hawk is going to take flight and move here. Hey Akira, thanks for being here. Thanks for being glad I'm streaming. Yeah, we're fighting these undead ghouls in their boudoir. This map is called the Whore's Boudoir. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why these women are what they are on this kind of abandoned island. Well, but not abandoned. People did live here once. So anyway, Hazlen, our gnome, is paralyzed, but his seagull familiar Hawk is going to fly up here, move around to the woman's side with a free 5-foot step, and make 2 talon attacks. As the seagull begins to protect his accomplice. 23, that's going to hit. 23 again! Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just 1d4 minus 2, so at most we can get a 2 or a 1 on this. You know what? I'm just going to roll a 1d2. 2 1d2s. Okay, 3 points of damage. And she as the seagull begins clawing at. Is that what seagulls sound like? I don't fucking know. Okay, Spear has his hands full. I think, but he looks back and he's like, Rosie, where are you going? And we'll go ahead and. I bet Akira. I'm excited to see what Resident Evil 8 is like. It's nice to take a break with some fun music and to hang out with some friends when you're playing scary games. I was a little scared about how this combat would go because ghouls are nasty creatures with their the disease and the paralysis. But we're doing pretty well so far. Okay, Spear is going to... Hazlen's in trouble over there. Hazlen's in trouble. He's gonna... Well, is he? Is he gonna move? Because this is all about betrayal. So we're gonna go ahead and consult the Hero deck again. Motif storytelling engine. So we're gonna roll 2d6 to see if if Spear decides to go and help Hazlen. A 1. That's an absolute no. Interesting. Let's consult the quick guide. That's a no. And considering that it is a 4 on the second die, it's a notable no. An average one, but notable. What is stopping him from wanting to go and help Hazlen, who he sees is in trouble? Let's see what the Harrow has to say. Oh, is it coming? Did I pull it? There it is. The snake bite. Lawful evil. Lawful chaotic intelligence. Spear thinks that gnome wouldn't have helped me were I in the same. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. This place seems to be corrupting our friends' minds and souls. And despite the communal camaraderie that they all were experiencing at the beginning of... here's the snake bite one more time. Despite the communal camaraderie that they were all experiencing at the beginning of this adventure, the scent of the rotting flesh and the putrid perfume and these ghoulish women seem to have corrupted their feelings for one another. So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to take a 5-foot step here without provoking and just focus his attacks on the one that he is dealing with. Interesting. +4 on the attack because he's still power attacking. 14, that's not... oh, that hits exactly. Meets beats. Oh, thank goodness. 28 +7? Yeah. Oh, no. I'm rolling with a short spear. Oh my god. 1d6 +5. 11 points of damage. Ooh, I should... damn. I gotta be careful about that. Conchobar, however, I think he's too focused. Oh, that should be 1 more damage because of the Inspire Courage. I think Conchobar, as Rosie begins to flee, he ceases singing and he's like, Rosie! No, Rosie! He's gonna take a 5-foot step, go for the flank, and attack. 14, he hits. And we won't even roll damage because that's enough to outright kill the ghoul and fell it. That's Vita. She's out. No, Fabina says. No, you've killed my sisters. There's no need to kill me as well. Please, spare me, and I'll tell you everything you want to know about the island. They're rolling, so she's going to make a quick diplomacy check. It's hard. We're a hostile, and that's definitely not going to work. Her pleas are of no good here. Let's see if Rosie can come back. 21. As she's fleeing the clearing, she stops. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? No, I'm sorry. And she begins running back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hold on. 25. 30, right behind Hazlen here. Shit. Oh shit. Fabina had more to do. As they all saw her, she definitely would begin a claw bite against Conchobar there, because he just moved straight into her space. Claw, 19. Because they definitely weren't going to help her. 1d6 +1. 7 points of damage. Before we move on, Conchobar needs to make a fortitude save against being paralyzed. DC 13. He's only got a +1, unfortunately. But he passes. Okay, second claw. 17. And he does not pass this next one, so he's paralyzed as she comes in for the bite. Did 4 damage with that claw. He's getting fucked up by this. Holy shit. 12. At paralyzed? That's going to down him. He's sitting at 6 AC. So she's doing... Holy shit. 1d6 plus 1. 4 points of damage. He's dying. He's at -1 and dying. Not dead, but dying. Whew, how many times can I say that? He also needs to make another DC 13 Fortitude. And Conchobar is infected with ghoul fever. If Conchobar dies, he will raise as a ghoul. Rise. That's the last thing we need. This outrageously foppishly gnome with a fake eye patch rising as a fucking ghoul. Oh shit. It's Hazlen's turn. He's also paralyzed. So he's got one more round left, but we have his trusty, dusty seagull Hawk. His name's Hawk, who will at least land one strike against the woman. And we're back to Spear. 5, 10, moves in, goes to attack, +4. 17, that hits. 1d6 plus 5. 6 points of damage. Okay. Cool. He's technically flanking with Hawk now, which is interesting. Okay. So Rosie's gonna take a 5-foot step here. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, she said. I always forget to turn off that stuff. 1d20. She's also power attacking? Yeah, fighter buddies. Fighting side by side. 25! 1d4 plus 5 with the Masterwork Hand Axe for 7 points of damage. I'm sorry! She cries as she shoves the axe into the woman's belly, cutting open the rotting carcass with the guts overflowing and spilling out from within as the ghoul dies. Holy shit. Wait, what? It was Rosie's turn? Did Fabina take her turn? Ugh, whatever. I'm over it. We're out of initiative, and I need Conchobar to make a constitution check. Because he's dying. He loses a hit point and continues dying. Help him, quick! Rosie shouts. She runs over. And Hazlen comes out of paralysis. And he falls to the ground. Hawk flies over to him. And the two hug and nuzzle each other. Help him, Rosie says. Do something, you're magic, right? She shouts out, more perturbed than one might think. Can she make a heal check? First aid is 15, so she gets a -1 on this. She can't fucking do anything. She's freaking out. She has no idea. Do not worry, Spear says, and pulls out his wand of Cure Light Wounds. That's enough. He's not conscious yet, but Conchobar is stable, at the very least. He taps the wand, and you can begin to see Conchobar's wound start to close up a little bit. He's not waking up! He's not waking up, Rosie says. Fucking wake him up! Please. It takes a little time. The magic's not always... The wand was old when I bought it. Just hold on. And he's going to use a second charge for 7 points. Okay. We are cutting through this wand. I've used 4 out of 20 charges. Conchobar wakes up. Oh, what? Oh, and he looks down and he can see the blood all over him. I don't even know. Can he move yet? Whatever, the paralysis. We'll say it's fine. And he looks up and he sees Rosie standing above him. Rosie, you left us. I'm fucking sorry, Conchobar. Please, don't fucking be mad at me. Although if you were pissed, you have every right to be. This is fucking crazy. I've never. No, Rosie. Well, She betrayed him. This is important. Conchobar, he's been almost in love with Rosie for a long while, and this really showed some of her character. We're gonna do a motif and see, does Conchobar forgive her? Whether or not Spear or Hazlen do isn't important. Does Conchobar forgive her? It's a 4 and a 3. Consulting motif. 4. Maybe. Barely passable. Interesting. Let's pull the hero card. Neutral good intelligence. The Wanderer. You can see the centaur here. Rosie, he says. This is something that none of us have encountered before. You must be brave. You cannot leave us. Or I do not wish for you to leave me. Conchobar, at this point, I think Spear maybe takes a step back and like him and Hazlen begin like kind of whispering or watching. Maybe we should give them some space as the two of them kind of walk away. Conchobar, I've never had people on my side. It just makes more sense to take care of myself. I've always just taken care of myself, and, well, I've never had people that relied on me. You came back, Zo, Conchobar says. As Gigi Well says, that counts for something. It shows that you do care. I mean, she's like kneeling over him. I don't think I could fucking get out of the swamp alive without you guys, but you're right. Maybe over the past few weeks, your incessant flirting and peeving me, maybe I do like you. Or us, y'all. You like me? You truly like me? Don't fucking get your hopes up or anything. We're not like going out or anything, but I would have been fucking really sad if you died, and I can see it in your eyes, Rosie. The guilt would have killed you. Nothing can kill me, okay? But, yeah, you died after I'd run away. If any of you had died, but you, Conchobar, you're so weak compared to the rest. You're not as tough. You're Conchobar. Oh, so you think I am weak? No, I don't mean a fucking like that. God, I'm such a fucking asshole sometimes. I mean, your talents lie elsewhere, but you weren't afraid to back me up. And, well, I fucking appreciate that. Thank you for coming back, Rosie. Oh, and he stands up. Ooh, Rosie and Conchobar. This romance is going somewhere. We're gonna say romanced level up. My wounds. If you don't mind, I have a healing potion in my backpack. It's a potion of cure moderate wounds. 2d8 plus 1. No, 2d8 plus 1 per level? What's the level of the... Okay, 2d8 plus 3. That's a lot for how much he's at. Instead, I think he's just going to go ahead and cast Cure Light Wounds on himself. He sings a little song. And he's going to go ahead and get 10 hit points back. Perfect. Can't go over. There we go. And as his wounds heal, Rosie's like, whoa, what the fuck? See? Your love, Rosie. Your love has brought me back to life. Oh, please, she laughs. Come on. We gotta go help the others check everything out. Already, Spear and Hazlen are looking around. Haslin's kind of like, oh, fuck. Oh, why am I always the one who's getting beat up, or clawed at, or drowned, or half eaten? Hazlen, I'm sure that to many of the creatures we've faced, you seem like quite the tasty snack. Well, I don't like being that kind of snack, all right? Oh, gee. Hey, Spear, can I get a little bit of touch of that wand? And Spear says, oh, well, we must be careful not to use up all of the wand. We may need it for our allies, but here. 7 hit points back to you. Which is good. He's going to need it. Let's go ahead and mark off another use of that wand. Okay, the group reconnects. Hey guys, Rosie says, and then kind of stops for a minute. What Ms. Caswell means to say, Conchobar speaks for her, is that she's sorry for running away. Honestly, Rosie, if I hadn't been right paralyzed by that thing, I might have run away too. I barely got even a chance to do anything in that combat. Yes, Spear says, and he kind of like looks at her disappointingly, but nods either way. Right. Well, we looked at the women. They're not really carrying much. We checked their bodies, and also they don't. Whatever they're wearing, I'd rather not. Yes, that makes sense. Should we look around at least, see what else is here? And so the four of them begin looking around the camp. There is quite a bit in here. How long? I feel like maybe a perception check is due, but it also doesn't say. Normally the AP says roll a perception check in order to like, it tells you what the DC is for some of these things. But instead there's just all this stuff. So as they all begin looking through, they see among the piles of revealing clothing inside the tent is a potion of cure moderate wounds and a leather hip flask. 3 very sharp, oft-used daggers, one of which is masterwork. Conchobar goes to a chest and opens it up, and inside he can see 6 flasks of alchemist's fire, 2 barrels of very cheap perfume, and a wedding dress. Oh, he says, Miss Caswell, I think I found your wedding dress. Conchobar, shut the fuck up, she says. We're not getting fucking married, even though, whatever, okay? In either case, Spear Hazlen, there seems to be quite a good amount of treasure in this chest. A wedding dress. This corset looks to be quite fancy as well. Oh, and look at all these silver hat pins. The silver alone would be worth something, but they seem to be inlaid with tiny obsidians. And then, as he pulls open the chest and the wedding dress over it, finds a pile of scattered gems. Conchobar has a +5 appraise. Hazlen has a +6. So let's go ahead and roll those. Ooh, not very good for Conchobar. Oh, this must be worth... this must be worth like fucking hundreds of gold coins. I mean, I don't know exactly, but this pile alone would be worth at least 500 coins, right? Huh? They're all kind of like, what? But where the fuck did these ladies come from? Oh, nope, that's not Hazlen's voice. Where did these ladies come from? I mean, the look on their garb looks, I don't know, Chilaxian maybe? Quite fancy ladies. They look like they were, at least while living. But other than that, I'm not exactly sure what it is. There is something we are missing. I mean, there must have been people here at some point, but perhaps they all fell to undeath, Spear says. He's unsure, and they're all unsure. As they begin, I think, collecting the stuff. I feel like at least they're gonna all put it all in the chest, and at the very least, I don't know. Should they take? We're not gonna take it with them. We'll come back to it. This place is on the path. Spear says it will be very easy for us to find again. Maybe, Hazlen says, maybe we should bury the chest, huh? We're pirates. That's what pirates do, right? I do not quite feel like digging at the moment, Hazlen. Do you feel like digging? Do you have a shovel to dig with? Alright, it was just an idea, Spear. Jeez. Something has changed in the way that Spear is speaking to Hazlen, as if a poison has entered, like a poisonous tone has entered his voice. It was just an idea, all right? We will leave the treasure here. And Conchobar and Rosie look up. Oh, but why? We could easily take it with us. Yeah, come on. Look how much it is. I'm not saying we forget about the treasure. I'm saying that this place is clearly on the way back from the ship. We can collect it once we have collected our fallen comrades. You remember Sandara? Cog? Well, we are risking our lives. Their lives are at risk. And everyone kind of like... So... I think they gather their thoughts for a moment, and then Hazlen's stomach growls. Oh, I don't know about you all, but I'm starting to get mighty hungry after all that work. Perhaps we should have kept those frogs or something. A little something to eat. I could easily cook us up something if we just got some food. I think that we must be leaving the jungle soon, says Spear. We must be leaving it soon. It did not appear to be so wide. And indeed, as the group begins walking, they eventually leave the jungle. And by mid-afternoon, find themselves on a fine beach the sounds of the ocean reaching their ears once more. Boop, 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 boop. Easy peasy. I wonder. We have about 10 minutes left in the stream, and I think we could maybe go through one more combat. I mean, we could also go over. There's nothing wrong with that. But part of me, this combat, I don't know how I feel about this combat. As they're walking on the beach, let's see. They begin to see towering palm trees stretching along a white sand beach, each around 50 feet high and crowned with a wide canopy of palms brimming with coconuts. Shattered coconuts litter the beach beneath 3 of the trees, noticeable with a DC 10 perception check. Oi! It looks like there are coconuts in these trees, Hazlen says. I could definitely, we can crack them open and we've got some good food there. Give him a quick perception check with Hawk on his shoulder. He's rolling a +9, +8 perception. Wait a minute. Those coconuts under those trees are shattered. And he kind of like looks up and he can see. Well, can he see the giant crab at the top of the tree? Crab Palm Beach. Let's see, the crab is stealthing. So he might not be able to... Oh, he can see it. With a 15, the crab is rolling a +1 on the stealth. Oh, he cannot see it. Interesting. I love that the crabs are in the trees also. So, luckily the crabs don't all attack at once. So we're over here, and Hazlen runs straight under, kind of looking up. I'm going to give everyone else a perception check at least. So Rosie's rolling +1. 19, not enough. Conchobar's rolling +7. 8, no, he's busy looking for good coconuts to get. And Spear's rolling +5. 18. So none of them see as this crab drops down and attacks. Fucking attacks. Let's put on some different music, because this is kind of funny. The spear is going to drop down and attack Hazlen. Let's go ahead and give the spear a... yeah, it's going to fall and claw. So we're looking at a +4 against Hazlen. I'm also going to roll that Hazlen's armor, mage armor, is gone at this point. So he's down to a 15. +4. 12. The crab drops down and it like falls on top of Hazlen's head. He's like, ow, what the? And he pushes it down and it falls on the ground in front of him. Clip, clip, snip, 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 the crab does. And Hazlen's like, oi, this fucking crab. And we're going to roll initiative real quick. I think if we do one crab combat, then we can safely say that they avoid the other crabs easy enough. It's just this one, and we need the food also is the thing. So with one crab, they can eat, I think, well enough. Plus, I'm killing a little bit of time so that we can raid. Hearthsinger games at the end of this. So if you'll bear with me for one last combat, everyone, we can move through. Conchobar and Spear both have... Conchobar is a +2. Spear's +1. And Hazlen is +4. Hazlen immediately draws a dagger. Stabs. And is going to go and stab at the crab. 19, that hits. For 2 points of damage. Nice. This crab's attacking me. This crab is attacking me, Hazlen says. Kill it. Let's kill it. Rosie, not wanting to seem like a coward again, is going to move 5, 10, 15... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, just to avoid those attacks of opportunities. And she's flanking now. And, you know, what the hell? Let's power attack, especially since we're flanking. 23, that's going to hit. 24 plus 5 for 9 points of damage. Yes, she says. This crab's going to taste fucking good. I do not disagree with you, Miss Rosie. Conchobar says 1d20 plus 2. His sword is not going to pierce its shell, but you know whose is. As Spear draws his long spear. Nope, not Spear's. Giant crab, I think, learns is going to be very smart and scuttle off into the water. All right, fine, Hazlen says. That was a dumb idea anyway. But here, I'll just climb the train. We can get some coconuts for everyone, huh? And as he climbs the train and he begins throwing coconuts down, that is where we will end our session properly. Killing a little time before the end of our session. Also just wanting to see how that combat's going to go, but these crabs don't deserve to die. Not like those ghouls did. So, our party, a little worse for the wear, finally grabs a late lunch here on the beach. It's about, let's call it early afternoon, because it was late morning when they got to the mire. So we'll call it early afternoon as they're sitting on the beach. However, our gnomish friend Conchobar is infected with ghoul fever. And when the morning comes, we'll have to deal with that then. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. GG, wow. Your support and presence is always appreciated. Akira, thanks for dropping by. Always great to see you as well. If you can, pull those tabs up. Keep the sound on so that when we raid over to Hearthsinger Games, we can raid in force. We're going to be raiding during the... well, hold on. Let me just double check that they're actually live at the moment. TV/Hearthsinger Games. They should be going live any moment now, I'm hoping. Where one of the folks over at Waffles Maple Syrup will be running a 2nd edition Pathfinder game for some cool people and for a great cause. I'll take the time also to shill myself a little bit. I will be taking part in Jasper's Game Week over at Hearthsinger Games tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'll be running a Pathfinder 2nd Edition one-shot with some awesome people from various podcasts and places. I would greatly appreciate it if you would come by, say hi, support, and lurk for a little while. I would also super appreciate it if you would, if you're able to donate some money to the cause. Jasper's Game Day is raising money for suicide prevention and awareness. And to make things fun, if you donate during the game, you also get to change what's going on. You can give rerolls to the players or to me, the DM. You can do some other things as well. The fun one, I think, for $50, you can add a monster to the encounter, which should be very interesting if anyone takes that option. I was checking to see if they're alive. They are. So we're gonna raid over. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so like I said, please come over for the raid. And please check me out tomorrow. I would super appreciate it. And thanks again, everyone. Hope you all have a good night.